Can I take care of a housekeeping matter?
Oh, please, go ahead,
Okay,
David.
so you know how yesterday we ran this clip of women from The View. Chelsea Clinton had called them.
Yes.
Well, last night on Tucker's show, we ran the same clip. And then out of that, I said a lot of wonderful things about Chelsea. I praised her. I said Americans should be proud of her. I talked about how Mike Huckabee has praised the Clintons for how they've raised her. And the fact of the matter is, as I said last night, everybody, all of us love Chelsea Clinton. But we also talked about the fact that Chelsea Clinton, as the campaign has acknowledged, she's making calls to these superdelegates to try to help get her mom the nomination, which can be, as I pointed out, the unseemly side of politics. Well, last night, I used a phrase, some slang about her efforts. I didn't think that people would take it literally, but some people have. And to the extent that people feel that I was being pejorative about the actions of Chelsea Clinton making these phone calls, to the extent that people feel I was being pejorative, I apologize for that. I should have seen that people might view it that way, and for that, then I'm sorry.
All right, fair enough.
If you know anything about David Shuster, you know he was not being pejorative in that remark.
No, but you know, you do a lot of live television, and you have to. We have to be transparent, and when we don't hit a home run, we say it.
And again, I mean, as I said last night, America has a lot to be proud of in Chelsea Clinton and the way the Clintons have raised her, and I hope that point wasn't lost in this.
Absolutely, fair enough. David, thank you very much.
Still to come, is Chelsea Clinton her mother's best weapon against Barack Obama? The 28-year-old makes inroads with young voters, breaking into Obama's strongest growing base. We'll get to that in just a moment, but first, here's a look at your headlines.
The phone rings, and who is it? Hi, this is Chelsea Clinton. So I said, really? And then I get a call from you 5 minutes later.
5 minutes later, ring, ring.
Hello? Hi, this is Chelsea Clinton.
I was like, hi, this is Chelsea Clinton. What you doing now? She's like, well, you know, I'm really proud of my mom. And I was like, talk up, I can't hear you.
For most of the Bill Clinton presidency, then teenager Chelsea Clinton remained out of public life. Political opponents like Mike Huckabee have credited the Clintons for raising such a poised and self-possessed young woman. Now just shy of her 28th birthday, Chelsea is out and about on her mom's behalf, campaigning in Nebraska as Saturday's caucuses approach. What is the Chelsea factor? Here again, our nationally syndicated radio talk show host Bill Press and online columnist Bob Franken. And Bill, there's just something a little bit unseemly to me that Chelsea's out there calling up celebrities saying support my mom, and apparently she's also calling these superdelegates.
Hey, she's working for her mom. What's unseemly about that? I mean, during the last campaign, the Bush twins were out working for their dad. I think it's great. I think she's grown up in a political family. She's got politics in her blood. She loves her mom. She thinks she'd make a great president.
But doesn't
Michelle
it seem
Obama's
like she's
out
being...
there for her husband. So,
but doesn't it seem like Chelsea's sort of being pimped out in some weird sort of way?
No, she's there. Listen, if she didn't want to be there, she wouldn't be there. I mean, give Chelsea a break. I think it's great. Again, Michelle Obama's out there for her husband. What's the big deal, David?
Well, here's the big deal. I will give Chelsea Clinton a break when she sits down and gives an interview to somebody like Bob Franken, because if she wants to do all this stuff, then she should face the questions, right?
Oh, yeah. Did Oprah give an interview to Bob Franken? Did Caroline Kennedy give an interview to Bob Franklin? I mean, come on.
I don't know. Let's ask Bob Franken. Bob?
No, and I'm feeling very, very left out here. But I would be, to be very honest with you, I would think it was much more remarkable if Chelsea Clinton came out for Barack Obama. Of course she's going to be out there campaigning for her parents. They seem to have a nice relationship. And why not? And, of course, what is really at the base of all this is the discussion about Obama and his young support. He is leading what we could cynically call, I suppose, a children's army with his message of change and a generational change and all that. Not bad for a guy who's almost 50 years old. But apparently the strategy is that she can go out there and neutralize that a bit. More power to her.
Well, I say more power to her, but I also think that the collective Washington media, which has respected these sort of unwritten rules of staying away from Chelsea, not asking her questions, that is now out the window, that it's now fair game, that when you and I, Bob and Bill, when we see Chelsea out there at these campaign events, there's nothing wrong with going up to her with a microphone and saying, okay, which superdelegates did you call?
Well, with one teensy-weensy problem, she has Secret Service protection, so it gets a little bit dicey.
Yeah, I mean, the logistics are complicated.
David, I would just say you can ask her a question, but she doesn't have to answer.
All right, let's turn to Barack Obama. A couple stories today that suggested that there's a certain burden of expectations now that are on the Obama campaign. Bob, is that fair?